Phrasal verb, nouns and adjectives. 1. Nouns made from verb plus particle. Rule number 1, verb plus particle noun forms with a hyphen, nouns within, up. Break-in. Meaning, the crime of entering a building by damaging a door or window, usually to steal. Example, after the break-in, we installed a new security system. Check-in. Meaning, the act of recording your arrival at a hotel or at an airport. Example, the airline also offers online check-in. Cover-up. Meaning, an attempt to prevent the public from discovering information about a serious crime or mistake. Example, allegations of a cover-up of the effects of pollution have been strongly denied. Allegation means a statement made without proof. Lay-in. Meaning, a time when you stay in bed later than usual in the morning. Example, I'm not working tomorrow so I can have a bit of a lie-in. Mix-up. Meaning, a mistake that causes confusion. Example, there was a mix-up at the office and we all received the wrong forms. Put down. Meaning, a negative statement about someone, insult. Example, calling American workers lazy was a mean-spirited put-down. Run through. Meaning, the activity of performing or playing something from beginning to end to practice it. Example, we've got time for one more run-through before the concert. Goings-on. Meaning, strange, unusual, humorous, or unsuitable events or activities. Example, there've been a lot of strange/odd goings-on in that house recently. Rip-off. Meaning, be charged too much. Example, $300 for that shirt? That's a complete rip-off. Show-off. Meaning, a person who has a habit of attracting attention. Example, David's a show-off in the kitchen, he loves having dinner guests. Warm up. Meaning, something that you do to prepare yourself for an activity. Example, a warm-up is important before a run so you don't strain any muscles. Pile up. Meaning, a traffic accident involving several vehicles that hit each other. Example, there was a big pile-up on the motorway involving 5 vehicles. Rule number 2, verb plus particle noun forms without a hyphen, nouns without, over dropout. Meaning, to give up. Example, there were a lot of dropouts that year. I wonder why? Checkout. Meaning, the place in a shop where you pay for your goods, the act of leaving a hotel and paying your bill. Example, your fruit and vegetables will be weighed at the checkout. Lookout. Meaning, a person who watches for danger. Example, assign someone to be a lookout on the boat to keep an eye out for rocks. Handout. Meaning, a document given to students or reporters that contains information about a particular subject. Example, on page 2 of your handout, you will find a list of the books that I have referred to during the lecture. Changeover. Meaning, a complete change from one system or method to another. Example, the changeover to the new taxation system has created a lot of problems. Leftovers. Meaning, food remaining after a meal. Example, this recipe can serve 4 easily, and the leftovers are just as good eaten cold. Crackdown. Meaning, an action by an authority to stop something. Example, the government is calling for a crackdown on drivers who speed through red lights. Hideout. Meaning, a secret place where someone can go when they do not want to be found by other people. Example, we made our hideout under the bushes. Turnover. Meaning, the amount of business that a company does in a period of time. Example, the business has an annual turnover of £50,000. Cutback. Meaning, a reduction in something made to save money. Example, the government has announced a series of cutbacks in funding for universities to save money. Breakthrough. Meaning, an important discovery or event that helps to improve a situation or provide an answer to a problem. Example, a major breakthrough in negotiations has been achieved. Breakdown. Meaning, a failure to work or be successful. Example, I had a breakdown in the middle of the road, my car stopped working. Rule number 3, the plural is formed. The plural is formed by adding s to the particle, not the verb, for example break-ins, dropouts, rip-offs. An exception is goings-on, which is always plural. Rule number 4, pronunciation. In pronunciation, the stress is on the verb, not the participle. Example, a break-in at the office, college dropouts. 2. Nouns made from particle plus verb. Some phrasal verbs have noun forms where the particle is first. The stress in pronunciation is usually on the particle. Outcry. Meaning, a strong expression of anger and disapproval about something, made by a group of people or by the public. Example, when the higher taxes were announced, there was a public outcry. Bystander. Meaning, a person who is standing near and watching something that is happening but is not taking part in it. Example, Many innocent bystanders were injured by the explosion. Innocent means not guilty. Outgoings. Meaning, amounts of money that regularly have to be spent, for example, to pay for heating or rent. Example, you have to consider how much you spend each month. I know, I need to watch my outgoings. Downturn. Meaning, a reduction in the amount. Example, the continuing economic downturn. Outset. Meaning, the beginning. Example, I told him from the outset I wasn't interested. Downfall. Meaning, sudden failure or end. Example, the economic crisis caused the downfall of the government. Onlooker. Meaning, someone who watches something that is happening in a public place but is not involved in it. Example, a crowd of curious onlookers soon gathered to see what was happening. 3. Adjective made from phrasal verbs. Broken down. Meaning, something that is broken down does not now work or is in bad condition. Example, a broken down vehicle is a vehicle whose engine had stopped working. Breakdown. Example, a breakdown vehicle is a vehicle that helps drivers who have broken down. Blocked up. Meaning, nothing can pass through. Example, a blocked up drain is a drain where the water cannot flow properly. Getaway. Meaning, an occasion when someone leaves a place quickly, usually after committing a crime. Example, the robbers abandoned their getaway car in a car park near the airport. Off-putting. Meaning, slightly unpleasant or worrying so that you do not want to get involved in any way. Example, I find his manner very off-putting. He's so unfriendly. Throwaway. Meaning, made to be destroyed after use. Example, they decided to use throwaway paper plates and cups for their party. Outgoing. Meaning, friendly and energetic, and finding it easy and enjoyable to be with others. Example, let's invite Alice, she's very outgoing and loves parties. Bygone. Meaning, belonging to or happening in a past time. Example, the pictures of the steam trains were like something from a bygone era.